Benvenuto and welcome back to Forza Italian Football TV. Today I'll be previewing Sunday's blockbuster Serie A match, Inter against Roma at the Stadio Giuseppe Meazza. Now the Giallorossi are sitting pretty in second position on 56 points, 8 ahead of the Nerazzurri, who have some slim hopes of Champions League qualification, though if they were to lose this match you might say that hope is all but gone. Now both clubs do come into the match in quite good league form, having won 7 of their last 8 respective Serie A matches. Inter's actually extends to 9 of their last 10. Now as I mentioned, it is at the San Siro where Inter have won 8 consecutive league matches, and in fact they've only lost once there in Serie A this season. So there is a definite advantage in that. Roma come into the match in some incredible goal scoring form. 12 goals from their last 4 league matches, and while they have only scored a third of their league goals away from the Stadio Olimpico, they will definitely cause some threats to that Inter defence, which can be quite shaky at times. Mohamed Salah is of course well and truly back from the African Cup of Nations, 2 assists and a goal in his 2 league starts since returning. And then there's Edin Dzeko, who has scored 11 goals in 8 games, which is incredible, something many of us thought would be impossible given the form he was in last season. So miles apart from where he was. So there's definitely going to be a lot of threats for Inter to defend, which is more concerning given that they will be without Miranda, who has been their most reliable defender not only this season but last as well. He will miss the match through suspension, which gives Stefano Pioli a major headache and begs the question what formation he'll actually play, whether he'll stick with that 3-4-2-1 he has been playing recently or go back to the 4-2-3-1. Now as I mentioned, he has started the last few games with that 3-man defence, though without Miranda there's a big question mark as to who would line up beside both Gary Medel and Jason Murillo. Surprisingly, one of the likely candidates in a 3-man defence will be the new Australian recruit Trent Sainsbury, who is of course on loan from China. Now he is a centre back, though the Socceroo hasn't played 1 minute of Italian football, so you could see it being a major risk for Pioli to bring him in, not only for a match but a match against Roma, against an attack in such good form. So it seems like the more likely option for Pioli is going back to that 4-man defence, where he will be forced to play either Christian Ansaldi or Yuto Nagatomo on the left, which in itself presents a pretty significant weakness for the Nerazzurri and will be an area that Roma will be looking to exploit. Of course, up front, Inter will be buoyed by the return of their captain and lead goal scorer Mauro Icardi, who will be looking to get on the end of some crosses and get back onto the score sheet. For Roma, we're not expecting many surprises, and it's likely they will line up in that 3-4-2-1, led by Edin Dzeko and supported by Raja Nangolan and Mohamed Salah. Continuing with that 3-man defence, which has managed to keep 7 clean sheets in 2017 alone. Again, something many of us would have thought would simply not happen at the start of the season. This season's earlier meeting between the teams ended 2-1 to Roma when Dzeko scored after just 5 minutes. Though something that might give the Nerazzurri a bit of added confidence is that the away side has failed to win in the last 6 occasions these teams have met, with the home side taking out 5 of those victories. Of course, as always, we do want to hear from you, so be sure to give us your thoughts and your prediction for the match in the comments below. Some of the guys from FIF have given their predictions, and as you can see, a little bit of fence sitting there, though I can understand it given that I do see these teams being so well matched and can see the game being incredibly close. So while I was going to say a draw, I will try and be a bit different and I'll lean slightly towards the Nerazzurri. Not because I'm an Inter fan, but because I think being buoyed by that San Siro crowd might just give them that little bit of added advantage and get them home on the day. Now that's it from me. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Keep watching our videos, and until next time, ciao.